Hey guys, I don't know who need to hear this today, but some of y'all need to embrace your calling. You need to embrace your calling. Today I'm sharing from the book of Jeremiah, chapter 1. And I'm going to share from where Jeremiah was called and his response. The chapter 1 starts with the description of how they describe the prophet. They say he was poor, unpopular, isolated, persecuted. And because his prophecy was to call out sin and to call the people for repentance, he was hated, and the people were planning his death. So if you have read the book of Jeremiah, you know how the story goes. So he was called the weeping prophet. Can you imagine? But even though the Bible described him like that, the description in the Bible describe him that way, God described him in a different way in the chapter 1. In the chapter 1, God says, I knew you before I formed you in your mother's womb. Before you were born, I set you apart and appointed you as my prophet to the nations. Imagine how he was described as poor, isolated and all, but still God is telling him, I knew you before I formed you. So the prophet said, I can't speak for you, I'm too young. And God was like, too young where? God said, don't say that. Don't say I'm too young. For you must go wherever I send you and say whatever I tell you. And don't be afraid of the people, for I will be with you and I will protect you. I, the Lord, has spoken. Jeremiah was like, but I'm so young. God was like, so what? That's up to you. So it's not about the age, it's not about your strength actually, and it's about your weakness, because God wants to use weak people and he strengthened them. He just said, just do whatever I'm telling you to do. And some of us are not embracing our calling because we fear our weakness, we fear being incompetent, we fear not being good enough, capable enough, old enough. But today God is reminding us that your age doesn't matter, your incompetence doesn't matter. He will make you better. He used the weak and he made them strong. He used the young and he walked beyond what we see. He doesn't see the physical aspect, he sees the spiritual aspect. Because again, we should remember that from our mother's womb, he knew us, he had a plan for us. So Jeremiah had to be challenged a little bit, because God told him, today I want you to stand up against nation and kingdom. Some you must uproot and some you must tear down. So he was sent to nations to do God's work, So he was guided by God to do God's work. And some of you are afraid because you think you will do everything by yourself. Yet God is saying, just go, I will lead you, I will be with you. God told him, get up, prepare for action, go out and tell them everything I tell you to say. Do not be afraid, because most of us are afraid to just do that first step. God is calling us to reject fear, to just put our trust in him. And then he said, don't be afraid of them, or I will make you look foolish in front of them. So if you're not doing your calling, if you're not obeying God's words and and doing what he's asking you to do, there's some consequences you're going to have. So you better do it, because when God said do something, you should do it. And embrace your calling, guys. I don't know what God told you to do, but I'm just reminding you to embrace that, even if it's beyond your capacity. The moment you start, God will be with you. And ciao, see you next Thursday.